Before we begin our podcast, we'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we're recording on. For Cass, it's the Borragagal people, and for Hailey, it's the Dharawal people.
After 10,000 years, I'm free. It's time to conquer Earth. Hi there, this is not Jennifer Coolidge, and that was my audition for Rita Repulsa in the new Power Rangers Gay Force. It's all full of homosexuals. Anyways, I'm not sure if I can talk about that. So in the meantime, listen to Drag Me Out Official and talk about that with your friends.
This video is not sponsored by Jennifer Coolidge or Power Rangers, but supported by a flaming Midwestern homosexual with nothing better to do at this time.
And listen to the podcast, dumbass.
Now, a quick word from our unsponsored sponsors.
Do you want to go to sleep with a different celebrity every night? Do you ever think of smothering someone, but your pillow is too basic? Then we have the perfect pillowcases for you. Hero Huggers by Rennie. Hero Huggers by Rennie encourages testing on animals. According to the scientists at Drag Me Out University, they have proven results that people who purchase Hero Huggers by Rennie improve their sleep by 83.768%. Phones are ringing off the hook with orders, so get yours now. Or alternatively, go to Hero Huggers by Rennie on Etsy. Sleep soundly knowing your heroes are right next to you. Hero Huggers by Rennie, where heroes lie. No animals were harmed during the making of this commercial. No one at Drag Me Out Official has a science degree, but they have watched things about Scientology. No research has been done to support these statistics except our own biased opinion. Pillow not included.
Oh, side note, when this episode drops, it will be my birthday.
I know. You think I don't remember. I remember. Your birthday is like the 13th of June. I remember stuff.
We Turty Two Turds.
You're Turty tree. All the trees. On the 13th in 2023.
Correct.
Look at you.
All the trees.
33. On the 13th. That's 9. In 2023. It's 12. Add 1 and 2. It's 3.
What were we doing?
Right. So you're 33. So 3 plus 3 is 6.
Mm-hmm.
On the 13th, which is another 3. So that's 9.
Mm-hmm.
In 2023. So you add that 3, which is 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add 1 and 2 together.
3.
What's my favorite number?
7. 3.
No, 6. I do everything. And when you actually go into a bathroom with me, I walk into the 3rd stall.
Okay.
Every time.
It was a very long intro.
Oh, we haven't even done it yet.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Drag Me Out. I'm Cass.
And I'm barely functioning.
You changing that by default?
Yeah.
Okay.
First name barely, second name functioning.
Fair enough. And we are just going to talk our usual shit for however long Hailey deems this episode in particular appropriate. So let's just get it out there.
Mm-hmm.
How was your week? Leave the highlight to last. Go.
Okay. It was a bit shit because the boys are not well.
Mm-hmm.
Especially my 7-year-old. He's not feeling it. And I don't think it's COVID. Like, I've got tests here that we get from the school. I don't know what's the point of testing them because you don't isolate as long as you don't have symptoms.
Right.
So there's literally no point in me testing him because I can't. He's too young to get anything for it anyway. They'd just be like alternate Panadol, Nurofen, maybe some cough medicine.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a bit shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because my husband's got it now.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it, but I get it when everybody's better. So when
Right.
everybody's all good, that's when it hits me, and it hits me 10 times worse than what they've got. So I'm just
Well,
waiting for it.
you're getting triple action.
Yes. I'm trying to stay away from them. I'm sleeping in my son's bed because he's been in my bed for the last week. And then my husband's been with him. So just been trying to stay away, but it's, you know, it's hard. Kids are hard to isolate.
Yeah.
So yeah,
got a little brother.
so been sick with those. But before I continue with that, okay, so I made an impulse purchase this week, which I think that you might actually like.
Okay.
So I can't remember what night it was. Lying, I was unsupervised on my phone.
I was going to say
And
a night where you were avoiding your husband and children. Yes, please continue.
and I saw this drink bottle pop up, and love my drink bottles.
Uh-huh.
Love my this thing keeps things ice stays in here 24 hours.
Oh.
It doesn't last that long, but it stays in there if I let it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was on Facebook Marketplace. Oh no, Facebook ads, you know, they get you. They
Every
know what you're
time.
looking for. My problem is, and I feel that you have this problem too, especially since the surgery, is that we don't drink enough water.
Correct.
Yes. Anyway, I do try flavorings, but I can always, especially with the no sugar flavorings, you get that aftertaste like of additives. Anyways, this thing's the new thing, fandangled. I don't know. I'm gonna try it out. So it's a drink bottle, and it's like a ring, and you put that over the straw. You clip it in, and this ring has a smell.
Okay.
So when you're drinking the water, you smell what flavor that thing is, and it tricks you into thinking that's what the flavored water is. So I made a purchase. The expensive part is obviously the drink bottle, but whatever. I could always use another drink bottle. Hopefully it's good quality.
Sure.
But so it's a subscription based.
Mm-hmm.
I put a reminder in my phone to when it
Uh-huh.
like renews, so I could cancel it if I don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually cheaper than what I'm doing, which is buying energy drinks every 4 days in a 4-pack.
Right.
So it would benefit me if it works because it's energy drink. You can get energy drink smelly ones. So there's like peach, lemon, energy drink, cola. I don't think they can legally say Coke.
No.
Yeah, so cola. And then there's a few other little ones. Anyway, so I'm gonna try it out. Doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does work, I'll let you know. Because I do need to drink more water. That's one thing. That was my week. My other thing is I'm having a cleaner lady problem where I don't like my cleaner lady.
First world problems. Please continue.
Like I got it because it's just nice to one day every fortnight come home to a clean house. And it
yeah, but you're a shift worker and your husband kind of is, and you've got 2 kids. Like I actually get it.
Like I would, and because of where we live, I would clean at like 1 o'clock in the morning when I get up to go to work, but I can't because I make too much noise.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it's just easier to have the cleaner, but she's not very good. And she always tries to talk to me if I'm at home. Hopefully she doesn't listen to this. But 9 times out of 10 when I get home and she's here, she's on the phone. She's an older lady.
You don't pay her to be on the phone?
Exactly. Anyway.
Hey, if you're listening, hey, sugar tits. You don't get paid to be on the phone, and you don't get paid to talk to your boss, okay?
No, she runs her own business. She works for herself.
Yeah, but you're employing her.
Yeah. But
she doesn't get paid to talk to you. She gets paid to clean your shit.
She's like, I don't know, because I've never had a cleaning lady. So I don't know what the expectation is.
I've never had a maid.
I haven't had a maid.
This is my first time having a maid.
I've had my butler Jeeves, but only in the summer.
We have Jeeves.
Mm.
Jeeves is our automatic
Yeah.
vacuum cleaner. We call him Jeeves.
So I'm like contemplating for weeks to fire her, but I don't know. I can't. You know what makes me uncomfortable?
This is how you do it. This is how you do it.
Okay.
You go,
Okay.
look, you let them down slowly. I do this with like people like physios and stuff when I'm not happy with them anymore. I don't just straight out fire them. I do this. They go, oh, so when do you want to make the next appointment? I go, oh, look, I'm actually going to be busy for the next couple of weeks. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
And then just don't.
Yeah, but one, she knows where I live. And two, she's a standing fortnight appointment.
Yeah, but or the other thing is, look, finances are a little bit tight now.
Okay.
When everything gets settled, like I'll let you know. And then just don't ghost her.
Block.
Then that way you don't have to do. But then that way you don't have to do the confrontation thing or anything like that. Yes, I am well aware to all of those who are watching and listening. I know it's lying, but when you're preserving your own dignity and self-respect, and you don't want to have to face it, then just come out and just tell a little white lie. You can't afford it. In this current economic climate, luxuries like cleaning are the first things to go. In these uncertain economic times,
but then
luxuries like cleaners, and then just go find someone else.
Because my husband had that same suggestion of like, oh, cry poor. But then I was like, well, what if she's like, oh, I can do a couple weeks for free, because she doesn't need the money. She talks to me all the time. She doesn't need the money.
Then she's not going to be upset if you just don't have her back for a while.
I was just going to wait until we moved house and not tell her.
Yeah, but then you're stuck with her trying to talk to you.
No, I'd block her and she'd just show up to her house to clean and no one's it's all completely new furniture.
Yeah, everyone hide. Doorbell's gone, knocking on the door, and you, the husband, and the kids are hiding behind the lounge going, don't make a sound. Shh.
Like everybody loves Raymond.
Yeah, but you know what? We've done it. No,
hid from people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would you find the need to hide from people?
Sometimes you just don't want to talk to people. Sometimes you just don't want to answer the door. We've had neighbors, not here, but in other places, we have neighbors knock on the door and we're just like, shh, be very quiet. They'll go away.
Fair enough. So,
yeah,
we went to Jennifer Coolidge and Mike Whyte, a conversation. Was that what it was called?
Yeah.
So, how did you find it?
Loved it. Loved it.
Any like moments that really stood out to you?
Picture it. The Aware Super Theatre 2023. I found her. I never have preconceived ideas of people. I found her quiet and a little bit shy. But extremely down to earth. And he was just hysterical.
But she doesn't laugh. Did you notice that?
Yeah, but then when they had the close-ups, like you can say, there's probably been
her mouth was moving like she was laughing, but she doesn't actually make any noise.
No.
Like,
I thought. Yeah,
that's what
but
she
you
does
don't really
with her
say
lip.
anything. But I thought she was great. I thought they were very, very lovely. And there were moments, she was talking about her depression.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just, what was it? She was saying something like, I just made sure I got out of the house.
Okay.
And then she was telling this one thing about, when I'm depressed or I'm at my most depressed or whatever it was, and I go and see something bad to kind of try and make myself feel better. And he was funny, and I know him as an actor. I've seen him quite a bit, and he is obviously the original Ned Sheebley in
School
of Rock.
I watched the other day. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was hysterical. We were laughing our heads off. What do you
She's
think?
exactly how I pictured her to be because and she admitted it. She's ditzy and clumsy and makes things work, even though other people are like, "Why would you do it like that?" But she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, whatever." Like, just it's like it gives off airhead vibes. However, she's
She's a smart
intelligent.
woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the way that she carries herself, it's this like vulnerable child. Like it's very
Almost naive.
yeah, like this naivety that she has. He was funny. I didn't really care for the moderator.
Benjamin Law. He was
Yeah.
okay. There were some funny moments with him as well. What I found the funniest was the fact that he would ask Mike Whyte a question. Mike Whyte would talk for about 2 or 3 minutes, but didn't actually answer anything. Didn't
No,
commit.
he
He's on
moved
the
around
same
a lot.
level as, but he's on the same level as her. It's almost like this naivete. Thing about it. But you know, the stories are hysterical. We did quite a lot of air finger quotes here, celebrity spotting. Because so where we were and where Ego was, on the floor in front was Richard Reed,
Yep, so
Jessica Rowe,
saw that too.
Angela Bishop,
Don't know who that is.
the entertainment reporter for Channel 10.
Don't watch the news.
And are you ready? Tack.
Okay, so I kind of saw that in the group chat. So
White jacket.
would have loved to have gone and been like, the hell, cack.
Well, Ego, after the show, Ego was like, I'm going to go and meet her. And we were like, okay, because I was going to go, like, let's go and we'll get a selfie with her,
Mhm.
you know, just for the sake of doing it. Like, fuck it. And let's inconvenience her like she inconvenienced the jungle.
Yeah.
And then Ego goes, nah, I can't be bothered. And then when Benjamin Law, Jennifer and Mike take a selfie in front of the crowd, not only is Kerry Ann Kennelly in the photo, so is Jessica Rowe, Richard Reed, and Ego. Ego circled herself in the photo and sent it in the group chat.
That's funny.
Oh, and Angela Bishop too.
What time did it finish?
It started a little bit late. It started at like 7:45, yeah.
Yeah, about
9:20, almost 9:30.
then. Okay.
Yeah.
And Vanity was like directly behind Ego in the last row.
Her Insta stories about last night had me in hysterics because she had to catch the tram because she's trying to save money. And then the first tram was okay. She was sitting down and then she had to change over trams. And then all you see is like these wide-eyed things because it's just chock-a-block full of people going to Darling Harbour for Vivid. It was so funny. And then she was like, the next morning, this morning, she's like, I may have went out after Jennifer Coolidge to have some drinks, but I don't remember. So yeah, and she was there, and Carla from Bankstown was there as well.
Was she?
In drag. I saw it in the stories this morning.
Was she in the pink?
Yeah.
Oh, then I saw them. They were standing near the bar. I say that because it looks like a bar, but it's not a bar. It's where they just have a round.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Oh. Like I should premise I left at 8:30.
Okay.
And it all really started at dinner. Not anything to do with you guys.
Oh, right. Okay.
No, not anything to do with
the
you
chili
guys.
cheesy honey bread was great. Thank you.
Well, I did leave a review about how he should have let me have the kids' meal.
Okay.
That pissed me off because he should have let me have the kids' meal. What?
Yeah, but if management tells him that he can't make the decision.
Then bring management over. I don't care.
Okay.
I'll talk to them about it.
Anyway, it started at dinner.
And then when we were walking through the crowd, like it's a lot. There was a lot of people.
Yeah.
And my anxiety started when we were like sort of walking up into it. And then I was like, all right. So my anxiety started even before I left because my outfit that I wanted to wear didn't arrive on time where I would have been warmer. I'm struggling in the cold. Like, um, when I'm cold, it's really hard. I don't know, it's really hard to focus and it's really hard to sort of take your mind off anything else. It's the same sort of when you're in the heat. Like it's just the extremes of both.
Yeah.
And the big jacket that I wanted to wear was like 4 sizes too big for me. I didn't even think, like, because I have all my jackets in a different section in my thing, and when I put it on, I'm like, this just looks ridiculous. Like I just look like I've stolen this off a homeless person. So all like the outfits that I wanted to wear, which were warmer, didn't arrive. So I was really annoyed. And then obviously my son was sick. And then something else happened. The outfit that I was going to wear just didn't work out. So okay, so the other issue that I'm having is that I'm actually in quite a fair amount of pain still. And sitting
really?
down is probably right now my Panadol's just kicked in. So I didn't have any Panadol with me. I didn't even think like to take Panadol with me. And also I think, not to TMI, but I think it's infected.
Oh.
Um
Okay. All right.
I'm
So that's why you left.
So I was in a lot of pain. All I could think about was I'm in a lot of pain. And then I just got really self-conscious. Anyway, so my anxiety kicked in when I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to leave with 9,000 people and try and catch a tram back to Central and then try
fair
and
enough.
And it just got all too much. I didn't want to make a big deal about it. I didn't want to like message you guys freaking out and then have like you guys, oh, like we're gonna go see if she's all right. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to ruin anyone's night. I am a fan of Jennifer Coolidge, but I am not a diehard fan like the other people in the room. So if I missed out, I missed out. We live in
You got 40 minutes of it.
Yeah, I think I tried to sit about an hour and all I could think of was I'm just in pain. And so it all worked out because the tram literally pulled up as I was there. So I sort of ran to get the tram and then my train was in 4 minutes and I made the train and I got
that's
home
good.
and I was just sort of, as soon as I got home, like I just relaxed.
Next time you've got to at least tell me.
My phone was on Do Not Disturb and it was just sort of like me dealing with it, I guess. Like I was alive and I made sure to tell Matt that I was alive because I felt that he would be the one to understand. I know that you would understand as well. I just felt that, I don't know. I didn't want anyone to worry. I just wanted to shut down. I haven't even looked at the group chat. I'm just...
Yeah. But then what happened was, because I said, oh, we've got to wait for Hailey. And they were like, she's gone. And I'm like, what? What do you mean she's gone? And then he said, I don't know, maybe something about the kids or whatever it was. And then we actually worried. Then Tyler and I were messaging each other going like, have you heard from her? No. Have you heard from her? No. Have you heard from her? And we're going, God, we hope it's not the kids. We hope it's not this. Like,
yeah, I would have told you if it was the kids. I don't know if I was embarrassed about the situation. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's me.
No, I know.
Don't worry about them. It's me.
I don't worry.
You and I talk about all that. Well, you and I talk about shit all the fucking time. We know too much about each other as it is.
It's really hard to try and... I think it's because my brain was just in panic mode and I've probably been in panic mode since yesterday. And I sort of had to hyper focus on something that I really enjoyed today to sort of get out of that route. So that's why honestly, I just ignored my phone all day. The only person I messaged was, I think, my husband. And even then, like, that was a struggle. Like, I just wanted to just not even look at it. So anyway, past that, mental health is important. I'm getting help. Never go to Sydney for Vivid because there's too many people out and it gives me anxiety. And if you do, I'm going to wear a snowsuit because I'm that fucking cold.
Well, see, had things worked out a little bit better, when I say that, had there have been a lot more restaurants around Aware Super, wouldn't have been a problem. And here is why, right? Because I would have just come picked you three up from the thing. We would have parked underground under the Aware Theatre because that's where we parked for Ursula Carlson, and then it would have just been up and out and out.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I think my thing
'Cause
is like I'm not so far away from home, but I am all at the same
Oh,
time.
I get it. No, I completely get it.
Anyway, that was long. So
The wife and I enjoyed our meal.
you eat
Last
seafood
night?
though.
Yeah. Ego looked like she was enjoying her meal, but gee, they found the biggest pig in Sydney and just went, let's just put it on Ego's plate. We had a lovely night. Then we went and had so as we were walking, Maddie goes, oh, do you want to get some ice cream? And that Danish ice cream place was a little bit busy. And I went, no, it's okay, it's fine. And then we go over to near where the restaurant was. We walked back over there and there was a dessert place and they made the crazy milkshakes and stuff. And Ego got this dirty, great big like bubblegum flavored milkshake that looked ridiculous. And I got, because my wife said, I'll share with you. And I went, okay, cool. So I got waffles with melted marshmallow and it had a side thing of bubblegum ice cream. And when it turned up, my wife and I and Ego and Maddie looked at each other and went, shit. It was huge. And so I got about 4 or 5 spoonfuls out and it was just too much for me. The missus got like 2 or 3 and the rest of it just sat there. We were just like, can't do it. Can't do it. So, we sat there, watched a couple of drunk idiots, girls, dancing to the free DJ that was in the area. That was fucking stupid. Yeah, that was my week. J. Cool was awesome.
So I do have musings. I actually
forgot. So wonderful. Please enlighten.
So, in keeping with we watched It's My Turn, which we'll talk about later. Michael Douglas, 1980 film. But while I was watching it, they had the rehearsal dinner for the wedding in one of the scenes, and then I was thinking about how weird's a rehearsal dinner. Like you're rehearsing to eat. And then I got onto what other traditions. Anyway, I ended up Googling some stuff and I got countries that have really weird traditions at weddings. So anyway, so there's 15 countries. Let's start with Germany. 9. The bride and groom use chainsaws. German newlyweds indulge in a tradition known as Baumstaumsagen. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but you say anything in German in a really angry tone, usually it's correct.
You sound like you're lifting a house.
Yeah, where the couple is expected to saw a log into 2 pieces as it's a task to be carried out by 2 people. Symbolizes the couple's strengths as they face challenges in their marriage. Oh, sweet. Romania, the bride is kidnapped. So the bride disappears before the wedding. Doesn't mean she has cold feet. It is a tradition for the bride to be kidnapped by friends and family before the wedding, just like role play to get the bride back. The groom has to pay her ransom. It could be through romantic gestures or filling her glass with champagne. Righto. Italy. Nuts are given to newlyweds. Instead of confetti, people give nuts. But apparently they've now been replaced by coriandoli. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Kenya, father spits on the bride.
They do that in Orthodox Greek.
Yeah, apparently it's a good luck thing.
Yes.
India, the groom gets his shoes stolen. It's a ritual where the bridesmaids and cousins often play a trick on him by stealing the shoes and hiding them. In order to get his shoes back, the groom must bribe the women with cash to return them. This seems like a great scam. You know what? Fitting. Moving on. Yep. China, the bride practices a crying ritual. No wonder they look miserable when they're always getting married.
Yeah, right.
A month before the ceremony, Tujia brides are expected to cry for 1 hour each day. Yeah, I'm not going into that.
I barely cry an hour a month. Jesus.
Japan, families drink in sync. So drinking wine at a wedding doesn't sound too bizarre. However, in Japan, the historic tradition of Sansan Kudo requires the family to drink in sync. First, the bride.
As in together at the same time, or as in the kitchen apparatus?
No. It's SYNC. Sync.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So first, the bride and groom take 3 sips each from 3 flat sake cups, after which their parents do the same, bonding the families together.
The Japanese do a lot of drinking ceremonies. They do the tea
They got the
ceremony as
tea.
well.
Yeah. Korea, the bride is given a goose. Yep, don't need to go much more into that. All right, South Korea, the groom's feet are beaten. In parts of South Korea, grooms cannot leave with their new wives until they've had their feet beaten. After the ceremony, groomsmen or family members remove the groom's shoes and bind his ankles with ropes before taking turns to beat his feet with a stick, or in some cases, a dried fish. Thankfully, the ritual doesn't last long and is seen as a fun part of the day. Is it?
But what
Fun for who?
symbolize?
I don't know. Malaysia. The bride and groom are banned from the bathroom. This one was weird. Members of Malaysia and Indonesia's Tudong people in Borneo observe a tradition that states the bride and groom must not leave their home or use the bathroom for 3 whole days after their wedding ceremony. It gets worse. They are kept under watchful guard and allowed only a small amount of food and drinks. Not observing the ritual is said to tarnish the bride and groom with bad luck, often resulting in infidelity, the breakup of their marriage, or the death of their children.
If they go to the toilet.
Apparently so.
But I'm a 49-year-old woman. My bladder can barely last an hour.
Well, I don't think you're getting married in Malaysia, so it's okay.
Well, destination wedding, definitely not.
Venezuela. The newlyweds secretly leave the party. You're a bit boring, Venezuela,
but you know what?
Not getting their feet beaten.
Our wedding is even so boring. We're out. See, we're gone.
Peru, single ladies seek love in the cake. Oh, single ladies. You love this tradition in Peru. A traditional Peruvian wedding cake has ribbons hanging around the sides. Each ribbon is attached to a charm inside the cake. However, one special ribbon is attached to a replica wedding ring. If you're served the wedding ring-filled slice of cake, Peruvians believe that you're next in line to get married.
Or go see the dentist. What if you crunch on it?
Well, you pull it out, so it's attached to a ribbon.
Oh, right. I missed the ribbon bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, because I was in my head singing like,
if you liked it,
then you should have put a cupcake on it.
If you like it, then you should have put a cake on it.
Or a donut.
So, Cuba, the bride charges you to dance with her.
I'm your private dancer, a dancer for money. I'll do what you want me to do. Yeah.
Fiji.
F1J1.
The proposal involves a whale tooth. The groom and his family will often present the bride's father with a sperm whale's tooth when he asks permission. Though this practice is more common in rural areas, it's practiced all over Fiji. The tooth, known as tabua, translates to sacred in Fijian.
So, excuse me, possible future father-in-law, I would like to give you a sperm whale tooth, and then on my wedding night, I'd like to give your daughter some sperm.
I didn't even know sperm whales had teeth, but all right. Okay, this is the last one. This is where I was like, maybe they're making some of these up. Australia. Guests are given special stones to hold. What?
Is it like one of those hippie weddings where the stone has something like momentous for the occasion written on it?
So an Australian wedding ceremony it says might, because we don't have any traditions. I reckon they plucked this out of fucking nowhere. Might feature the tradition of a unity bowl. Upon arrival, guests are given stones, which they are required to hold during the ceremony. When it's over, guests then place the stones in a decorative bowl. Yeah, but how old is this tradition?
Like, I don't think it's a tradition. I think I saw it on one of those, like, let's have a $3,000 wedding shows.
Oh, well, then they're just twats. So it's traditions for twats.
So then that way we can share all of the memories of the loved ones that were with us on our special day.
Oh, look, Uncle Ronnie gave us this rock.
I actually think it's like everybody came to my wedding and got stoned.
You're full of the dad jokes tonight.
I know. I'm doing
Right.
not bad for somebody who has a slightly sore throat and a toothache.
Well, that was my musings.
Hmm.
Fun facts. Hope you learned something. And
Well.
what did you want to talk about? Do we want to talk about pancreas?
Yeah, you got a pancreas bursting moment?
I do. You can go first.
Okay.
I've talked a while.
Last night we walked through Darling Harbour. The end. No.
Oh, my pancreas.
During Vivid with thousands of people, and that was fine for me. The problem was I had this woman in front of me. Now I could see what was in front because I was clearly a head taller than her. So I could see that there was quite a lot of room in front of her to move. But she decided that not only was she going to not take advantage of that area, she was going to get in my way every single time we tried to get around her. She would just kind of like do the zip in front of us, to the point where I actually had to do this. Just as I got near her, I just kind of went like this. Dude, are you fucking serious? Just move. Just move. When you're walking in a big crowd, and I understand that you're worried about bumping into other people, you're worried about all of this other stuff, but you've clearly got room in front of you. Can you please be considerate of the poor bastards who are walking behind you?
My natural thing is if I'm walking slower, I'll step to the side.
Exactly. That's where I was going with this.
Yeah.
Because the other thing is, if you're going to be the slower person, please step to the side.
Like it's like a reaction that I do. Like I'm generally a fast walker, so I'm like, you people need to move. But if I slow down, if I'm on my phone or whatever, I will step to the side.
My other thing was that, gee, there are a lot of people who are taking their kids out way late at night.
That's what I actually to Matt/Mark, I said my kids don't get to do any of this stuff. Like, nah, I'm not taking my kids out in the fucking middle winter.
Mhm.
Something that they're not going to remember and or appreciate. My
Yeah.
7-year-old can have a light show on his iPad.
When we went to the desserty, waffly type place, right, we were sitting there and it was close to 10 o'clock, right? And there were families sitting around where their kids were like 3 or 4 years old and the kids were like they were rugged up. That's fine. But it was 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I'm one for routine.
I'm sorry, but Vivid's for grown-ups. It's not for fucking kids, mate. Like, piss off.
Leave them at home. It's too much of a hassle as well. Like,
And it's expensive, especially because you're going to a lot of areas where, you're walking around a lot. So it'd be uncomfortable and cumbersome to take things to eat. So, and we saw a lot of kids. I have to say it was very, very cute. The light up little balloons and
I
stuff.
really wanted one, but yeah, go on.
I really wanted one too, and especially when we saw the unicorn one. But Mark/Matt got Ego a little love heart
Aww.
that lights up that they could actually take with them. It was a wand type thing in the shape of a love heart that flashes and like stays lit and stuff. I looked at my wife and my wife went, "No, you got the waffle." Fucking like, if you're gonna walk slow, fucking step off to the side. Like, don't get in my way. I nearly stepped on the back of this woman's foot about 5 times. Like, are you for real? People, fuck off.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What about you? What's your
Um,
pancreas doing?
So at dinner we had, I don't know, Captain Jovial. Wouldn't let me order the children under 12 menu. Had no other issues anywhere else. So I deliberately ordered something cheaper than the children's menu. Like, what's the difference? What is the difference?
Mm.
I don't understand. It's not a law. I would have happily had the manager come over, but everyone was pressuring me to order. It was too much. It was a lot.
We weren't pressuring you to order.
Everyone was ready to order.
Yeah, but
And I
like you
was
could have just
not.
turned around and said to him, like, can you just talk? I need to talk to somebody
I could
about
have,
this.
but I was in a shitty mood when he told me no. I was like, no, well, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you, Mr. Jovial. I left a bad review on Angus.
That's okay. We gave him a tip.
Yeah, I know you did. I wouldn't have.
Yeah, but you don't know how much we gave him.
How much did you give him?
You didn't know how much the bill
I
was.
don't know how much the bill was. No, I only knew what mine was. I could guesstimate.
Go on.
I have to do some quick math here. Easily $250, I reckon.
The bill was $297.55.
Yeah, I could have. You know what? I could have argued it, but I had about half a fruit tingle, and I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll just have the chips, please, then, and spend less money. Fuck yes.
Yeah, but the missus and I paid for dinner.
Let me order on the children's menu. Nowhere else has an issue with it. They kind of look at me funny, but then I'm like, well, arrest me.
He just shot out no.
He's like, no, I can't do that. No, I would have argued, but I was just like, not in the mood. I mean, if I had my husband there, he would have argued for me. But anyway, turns out I wasn't that hungry. I think the bread filled me up anyway. So whatever I ordered, I probably wouldn't have eaten.
Pancreas bursted.
So let's get into Rupauls.
Okay. We can do that.
And I'm going to actually before we talk about this episode, I'm actually going to pop in the interview with you and Beverly, the dancing farmer, because I've already edited that. It's ready to go in. So that will be the interview that is coming in now.
To all of our lovely viewers out there, can you please tell us A, what the other one talking about?
Yes, I can.
B, what do you do? And C, where can we find you? And then we'll get into the race.
No worries. Hi, everyone. My name is Beverly, the dancing farmer. I am a country queen, making queer visible in rural and regional areas. So that's what I do. But I'm also a primary school teacher. So inspiring the younger generation to just be authentic and just have fun.
I follow you.
Oh, do you?
So with the school teaching, obviously that's your day job. But with the whole drag thing as well, is that something that you want to do full time, or is it just this is the outside me and this is the me and A pays bills?
Yeah. Well, in saying that, I actually have now switched. So I was doing primary teaching full time.
Right.
And I gave that up last year. So mid last year, I resigned from my permanency. So I left the department permanency. Now I just teach casual because I wanted to entertain. I wanted to do the drag and events and things like that and inspire more people outside of my community.
Right. So I've been asking this of every single person, and this is where I just
yeah, great.
Okay, so if you could have 5 minutes alone in a room with a politician who is against drag, okay, what do you think that you could say that would actually turn them to think that everything's okay, because everything is okay?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
that's such a great loaded question. I would just be like, you need to come and watch drag and experience the vast array of different kinds of drag that's out there.
Yeah.
Because yes, while there is sexualized drag, there's a time and place for that. But there is also a time and place for just entertainment, and you just happen to dress up and have fun.
That's right. I mean, there's sexualized television, and then there's the Wiggles. Like, you know, you just
100%.
you choose your audience.
Yep.
That's, you know, just the way that it is.
Yep, definitely.
So, the other question that I like to ask, so with the serious. So, the thing, okay. So you're a drag performer. You go, today's retirement.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm going to give them one last lip sync.
Yeah.
What's the song?
Do you know what? Probably the song that I did today, which I just performed, You Will Be Found, from Dear Evan Hansen.
Yep.
So it's a song just about, yes, you're going to struggle in life, and you just need to understand that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and there's a way out, and all you need to do is ask for it, and there's going to be people surrounding you always.
Yep. So with you being a teacher, do they know about this side of picture, or is
Yes. Yep.
they do? And
Yep.
they're obviously they're understanding.
Oh yeah, of course. Especially being in a rural community, it is so. I remember when I first moved, because I used to live in Sydney.
Right.
And my partner and I moved to the country, and it was like, well, first of all, it was that, oh my gosh, we're a gay couple moving to the country. How's that going to be perceived? But our community's full of gay couples, so which that alleviated things. But then being a teacher, my first year in my area, I was very, I don't want to say conservative. But I did keep my sexuality to myself and like always just said partner and didn't refer to anything. But then I remember after my first year, I was like, no, that's not okay. Well, it's not that it's not okay. It's that I want to live my life and be proud that I have a partner, that I'm in a queer relationship, and you know what, show my kids and everyone that that's okay. And once I did that, and it was a non-issue. As kids these days are just, they don't care. They've grown up understanding that everybody's different.
Partners are in business.
That's right. So, yeah, I just started saying, oh, yeah, my husband, my partner, David, and they're so accepting. A lot of them follow me on my socials. Yeah. Even though they're young and they shouldn't be on socials, but they do, and their parents do. And like I'll go TikTok live, and I'll have kids that I've taught, that I'm teaching, and their parents, and they come on, and nothing but praise from everybody that I've come in contact with within the education world.
So, I mean, is Drag Race something that you are thinking about, or are you just like, I'm just doing my own thing and they can go their highway, I'll go mine?
Yeah, no, I would love to do Drag Race.
Yeah.
Like many queens, I'm an entertainer, and I love showing off. Like that's why I do it as well. Like, so certainly Drag Race would 100% be totally up my alley. Yeah. And especially being able to represent a queer country community on TV.
Right. So do you have a regular place, or are you just all over the shop?
I've actually had to, being country, I have to create my own work. So I have been booked a couple of times in my area, but a lot of the events that I do, I put on myself. I have my company TDF events with my most popular service. I do boozy art, which is like a paint and sip event, but it's all about the boozy, and art comes second. And so I do those, and they get booked out as soon as I advertise it in my area. Like the tickets sell and things like that. So I'm really excited as well, because I've got a drag story time coming up. At a local council up near my area. So I'm really excited for that.
You haven't had any backlash?
Not yet. I mean, I am so worried and concerned that will come and it'll get cancelled, like many have. I'm really hoping that it doesn't, because I think it's such an amazing opportunity, and kids should be allowed to watch a person read a book.
Absolutely. So fine.
Yes.
Where can we find you on the socials?
You can find me on the socials under The Dancing Farmer on TikTok and Instagram, or TDF Events and Emporium on Facebook.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I actually follow, and it's great to watch.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
You're
your time.
welcome.
Appreciate
That's
it.
And we're back. Okay.
Thanks, Beverly, the dancing farmer. You were great.
She was great, actually.
Everyone follow Beverly, the dancing farmer on Insta.
The links will be down bottom. I put them in if they appear on the show. So episode 6. We're coming off a Jimbo win. Coming
And
off no
Heidi,
one going home.
And Heidi
leaving.
sending herself home, yeah.
Yeah, Heidi, technically. Jimbo had a bit of a tantrum at the start about not winning a lip sync.
I don't think that was a tantrum as much as she was just getting it down on herself.
Yeah, but it was a little bit of a tantrum.
But, sweetheart, when you've won 3 challenges and you're clearly the front runner, Not looking good to the other chicks in the room. Just saying. Because they're like, we've got her. We can get her.
So, yeah. So, she's won 3 challenges. And I would like to retract a statement that I made last episode. She actually did win her snatch game.
Thank you.
The reason I thought she didn't is because when she interviewed by Rue, when I replayed it, I heard it again because I was trying to rush through it because I was trying to watch it before we filmed, and that didn't work. Candy wasn't really displaying that she was sorry about the Heidi situation, which kind of bothered me more.
You know what my wife said to me as we were about to start the episode? Candy and Alexis Michelle, how they're behaving this season is part of the reason why she doesn't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah, it's like we like their little menial fights in the workroom, but when people are leaving because of it, like Candy should have chased her out and been like, you know what, let's just drop it. Like, let's move on, because at the end of the day, yes, you're competing, but like you're not an asshole.
Alexis Michelle has a lot to answer for too.
And like, but here's the thing: I don't think that anyone should be bullying over social media or anything like that. Like, I don't.
No,
I don't
Candy
think-
Muse has gone off social.
Well, yeah, because she's getting death threats and like, it's pretty severe. And yeah, we might be bagging her now, but like, it's not. This is as far as it goes. We're not messaging them death threats. I don't think anyone deserves to die over it.
God, no,
I think it's just really important to acknowledge people's mental health and that people are struggling. And
that's part of the reason why Heidi left.
Yeah,
she's looking after herself.
And Heidi, I think, came in it with these really high expectations that she was going to win every week, and then it's not happening for her.
Yeah. But that's because there are like 9 or 10 other people who are going in with the same expectation.
Yeah, you're on All Stars.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter whether it's All Stars or just a regular season. Everyone goes in with the same expectation. I'm going there to win. It's the execution that,
But it's the fact that they have a reputation to protect now as well. Because before there was nothing really to lose. And now they're like, oh, well, you lost all these challenges. Might as well hire them over you, kind of thing. So I don't know. They've got a higher expectation of themselves, which is
I do know that they have people that they can talk to before they make the final decision, which is like usually a producer or a psychologist or whatever it is. And I hope that they utilize them, because while you were talking, this popped into my head. Okay. UK season 4. Can you name the queen that left? That removed herself?
Nah, but I'm not very good with names.
It turns out it was Baby. It was just Baby. Okay. But the reason why I asked that is because I knew your answer was going to be no. Okay. That kind of stuff can happen to somebody like Heidi in Closet. Right? Mm-hmm. People who remove themselves, they need to talk to people first, because this is also their livelihoods that get affected by all of this as well.
Yeah.
They need to talk to the psychologist or the producers or whatever it is before making huge monumental decisions like this. And I understand that they're looking after their mental health. But at the same time, as you don't want to fade into the background not to be remembered.
Yeah.
This is your shot. This is your second shot now. You knew what to expect. They have worked together or know each other, or, know of each other well enough to know what personalities are like. You need to talk to people before making huge monumental decisions like this. Because as I said, even though I've actually said the name, you can't remember. And that could very well end up like, it won't, because it was an all-star season and everyone remembers Heidi in Closet from the season, but You get my point,
And
right?
they also know that Heidi was correct.
They also noticed Heidi was what?
Correct.
Right.
She was
Yeah.
right in the situation.
Yeah.
Alexis just has no backbone.
No, but apparently has the guts to stand up to Candy Muse about what role she wants.
Oh, isn't Candy Muse such a fucking brat? Like,
she's a bully, man.
This just was like really brattish.
Yeah. This is the part I want, and there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Piss off.
Can Alexis just stop preaching? Like,
can Alexis just stop?
Yeah, just shut up. Get off.
It's not all about you, sweetheart.
I think them doing the thing in the workroom right before, as they were getting ready, they like were performing like a scene, quoting all the movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was more entertaining than the actual Rusical.
Yep. So the episode was a Rusical, and it was about the legend icon that is Joan Crawford. The runway was going to be a night of 1,000 Grace Joneses, who is also a legend and an icon.
I didn't understand a lot of the references because obviously it's a bit out of my timeline for Joan Crawford. So what was the wire hanger about? Was that abortion? Was that a thing about abortion?
No. So in the movie Mummy Dearest, where Faye Dunaway played Joan Crawford, there's a scene where I think it's been a while since I've watched it. So she goes into Christina, her adopted daughter's closet, and it's just this thing about wire hangers. She doesn't like wire hangers.
Right.
And it's not just a case of like, how many times have I told you use the fabric ones or use the nice wooden ones or whatever it was. Like it's a huge scene in the movie, and it's like, no more wire hangers ever. And like while she's holding this thing going off, I can't remember, and I don't want to get it wrong at the same time as I think she hits her with the wire hanger.
Okay.
I can't remember, but you got to watch Mummy Dearest. It's actually like Joan Crawford was a fucking nut job. Apologies to all the other nut jobs out there, please, but you know, she was a couple of decks short of the Titanic. Yeah. So yeah. What was it? Oh, that's right. So yeah, that's what that was all about. She it's in the Mummy Dearest. So she basically treated her adopted daughter like shit and then left her nothing when she died, and the adopted daughter went, fuck you, I'm writing a biography. And just like put it all out there on the table about Joan Crawford.
Oh wait, this is a true story?
Yep.
So the movie Mummy Dearest was about Joan Crawford.
Based on the biography of her adopted daughter, Christina. Yeah.
Ah. Oh,
you
now
need
I
to
don't
watch
know.
it.
Oh, all right.
Fucking nut job. Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
It might have to be a renter.
God, I already rented that stinker. All right, okay, moving on.
Don't be like that.
How
I
many?
will find it for you.
So Jessica Wilde, Kahana in the Rusical didn't really stand out for me. I thought Alexis's face when she found out she was safe was priceless.
I know, right? But then she was kind of like faking that. Oh,
I'm safe. Jimbo was actually.
Jimbo's like, yes, yes, safe is the word I needed. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Kahana and James was in the bottom. I liked James's performance.
Yeah, it was the runway that got her in the bottom.
Yeah. I don't know, unless it's like James Mansfield's specific runway. I think that's all she brought. Just pink dresses.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then obviously, Candy Muse won, which she did well, but it was a good part to have. Which I could see why she wanted that part as well.
And then
Also-
they had the runway.
Yep, and they had the runway.
Grace Jones is a fucking icon, absolute icon, and some of the best music from the 80s too.
Say what you want about Alexis Michelle, but she can do a runway.
I know, right? Like, she turned around the corner and her face was beautiful.
She can do a runway.
Yeah. Hated her for it because I liked it. Yeah. But then we came to the lip sync assassin.
Can I just say, they did the lip sync. Candy Muse won. Okay. It was, I don't know. I'm a bit biased now because I don't really like Candy Muse.
That lip sync could have gone either way.
Oh, with then I actually really like Angeria. Yeah, it was a bit of much of a muchness, really. I can't believe she chose James.
I was pissed. But I was absolutely pissed. You knew she was going to choose James. It wasn't going to be Kahana. Kahana's her friend. But then it subscribes to my theory of get rid of the threat, keep the bozo behind.
But was James that much of a threat?
She wasn't bad, and the only reason why she ended up in the bottom was because of that group challenge and the group she happened to be in. It wasn't because of her.
Yeah.
So James had the potential to be a threat because if she wasn't just safe, she was up there, like she was close to a win.
She can act and she can't dance.
No.
Not dance.
No.
Got 2 left feet, that one.
Yeah.
But Kahana, the only thing that Kahana can do is a runway.
Kahana Montrese is the Roxy Andrews of All Stars 8. Remember how they kept Roxy from All Stars 2? That's what's happening.
That was Relaska Talks.
Yeah, but at the same time, because remember, Roxy won the first one too.
Yeah.
And Kahana won the first one. Yeah.
Yes.
It's Roxy Andrews vibes. You take the weakest link all the way to the top.
Because the first one, runway challenge. Same with, I believe, they usually have the runway challenge on the first one anyway.
Yeah. So I'm putting Kahana in my top 3 now. I think
just because you think they'll keep her.
I think it's the Roxy Andrews effect.
If she's in the bottom again, and say for some reason Jimbo is in the bottom, it'll be a fucking uproar if they vote Jimbo out. Depending on who's on top. Because actually, no, Jimbo won't be on the bottom. She won't be anywhere near the bottom. It is next week, improv with Rue, Forensic Crime Show.
Yeah.
And it gave us a little sneak peek when Rue actually comes in to the work room and says, cut this shit out.
To sort out the kiddies because they can't play nice together. Because a queen...
They already hinted that it was Alexis Michelle, but I don't think it is.
If it is, that's going to be purely for dramatic effect.
Yeah. There's gonna be a RuPaul therapy session. Where RuPaul.
We're gonna have kumbaya around the fireplace.
Yeah. And I do think that we should note that in Untucked that they're doing the Fame Games.
Yep.
But I don't understand how you vote for them.
I don't know. I think you got to hashtag it or something. I don't know.
Oh,
it wasn't clearly defined, really, was it?
We should maybe start doing that on another.
Yeah, I want Naisha Lopez to win.
I'm gonna be interested to see if the reunion changes my mind.
Do
they have a reunion in All Stars?
Not anymore. They're
gonna fucking need one. They're gonna need one this season. I think they might bring it back. Depending on
Yeah.
how many episodes, but I reckon they might need.
I'm still not overly invested. But at
Um,
the same time, it's like a car accident. You just can't look away.
oh, I gotta watch the Rue therapy next week. I've got to
Oh,
see
yeah,
what happens.
100%.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I'll get in next week. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of like, whatever.
So a couple weeks ago, we tasked ourselves with watching Michael Douglas movie.
Have you seen that film with Michael Douglas and Demi Moore, where she sexually harasses him?
Oh, thank God they've finally made a film where the woman sexually harasses the man, because that goes on all the time in real life, you know. Yeah, look at the fact. Basic instinct, fatal attraction.
Oh, yeah. What is it about Michael Douglas?
I don't know, there's just something about him makes a woman lose her sense of reason.
Every time I see that chooky neck and those middle-aged buttocks quivering over Sharon Stone, I get this irresistible urge to stalk and ravage him.
Oh no, it's those mean little lips make me want to rip his clothes off and make his life hell. You ask any woman in the street, I'm sure she'll tell you the same thing.
Excuse me, madam, have you ever felt the urge to stalk and ravage a man? Oh, yes, Michael Douglas. I could go here. Thank you, bye-bye. What's all this about? Have you ever felt the urge to stalk and ravage a man? Oh, constantly. Who would that be? Oh, Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas. I could boil his rabbit any time. Sharon Stone. Who would you most like to stalk and ravage?
Roast or toast?
We could start from the start of when he started, but I think he only did small parts, and also they're very hard to find because, you know, he's older. He's in the olders. So we did the movie It's My Turn, 1980.
With him and Jill Clayburgh.
So premise of the movie is two people go to their parents' wedding. They're not brother and sister, but they're older. And they meet, have a torrid affair over a weekend. They both have partners. And then at the end, it's very vague as to what happens next. Anyway, so what do you think about it?
Well, I went in with high hopes because...
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, I thought you'd seen it. Okay.
I don't remember seeing... If I have, I don't remember.
Okay.
Maybe I thought I did, and then like when I started watching it going, oh, it turned out I didn't.
Well, see, I thought I'd be into it because the first guy you see is the guy from Home Alone #1. He's the bad guy in it.
Daniel Stone.
And then she drops a fuckhead within the first 3 minutes of the movie. I was like, maybe I will like this.
Also, Diane Wiest is in it too.
Yes.
Yeah. Very young Diane Wiest.
Yeah.
And the guy, I can't remember his character's name on Murphy Brown. He played the brother. He played Michael Douglas's brother. Jim Dial. He was Jim Dial in Murphy Brown.
Well, as most 80s movies, they create this context of fast love where people just immediately lock eyes. And no wonder there's all these screwed up relationship views because all these 80s movies are like, yep, you love that person when you just meet them for 20 seconds.
Yeah, but then you got gullible people who watch them. I mean, if you're a realistic thinker, you just go, oh, it's just a movie.
Yeah, but like you have to admit the 1980s was flooded with these movies.
It's very, very true. So she is a mathematics professor who is in a relationship with a divorced dude who's like a housing development architect-y type person. And they go to the rehearsal dinner
He's not there with her though.
No, he's not there with her. But so Jill Clayburgh's character goes to the rehearsal dinner for her father, who is getting married again, to Michael Douglas's mother. So Michael Douglas is an ex-baseball player and motivational circuit speaker. And then, as Hailey said, they have a rompy pomp over the weekend. I'm just going to start out with her character was a bit overbearing.
I wrote down, she seems like a snooty little brat.
Yeah, but
with
overbearing.
Daddy issues.
Oh, huge daddy issues.
Yeah.
Huge.
Like when they first go to the arcade and are playing those games, and she has like this massive tantrum over her not being able to. I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And then he seems like this creepy horn dog. Michael Douglas is what I'm talking about. Look, I love you, Michael Douglas. I'm sorry, but then like he lies on top of her, and she's like stiff as a board.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on here?
But her daddy issues go to like the rehearsal dinner when the father goes, I'm going to go and dance with my girl or whatever it is. And she just stands up and says like, it's me. Like you're at your father's wedding rehearsal dinner. Like, do you think there's a chance that he may actually mean his soon to be wife?
And
just
then
saying.
They're like trying to get into the mood, and she calls him her brother.
I know, right?
I almost threw up in my mouth. Then they try to eat each other's faces.
And
then she gets a rose delivery at like 2:00 in the morning, I could only assume.
Mm-hmm.
Then they started a weird fight.
Then they were talking about how many people were in the bed with them.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, past your ex, your wife, my boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. And then like, they were like, okay, let's still get it on. And then she's like, and our parents, and he's like, okay, let's still get it on.
Yeah. And I found in the movie she switched from like looking really young to looking really old every like couple of scenes. Like it would change how she would look. Like at first I thought she was much older than what she was supposed to be, and then she looked really young. And then they bond over their weird mummy and daddy issues because he's got mummy issues.
Yeah.
And I can't watch the sex scenes. They're just weird. I had to fast forward.
It wasn't even really a sex scene. It was just kisses.
Yeah, and then but like I was an hour in, and I checked the time, and I'm like, nothing's happened.
No.
I waited an hour. There was nothing happened in the movie.
I was actually sitting there going, how did this movie get greenlighted? How did it get greenlit?
Because it's the 80s and all the movies were like that.
Yeah.
But
But then here's the best part. They've only been together for like maybe 48 hours, not even, because they did a lot in that time.
Yes.
They went to a baseball game. They did this, they did that. And I'm like, that was, no. So then they're barely together at 48 hours. And then she's going like, and then what I'll do is I'll take the job in New York, and then we can just like, and it's more money for me to take the job. So it's okay. Like I'll move to New York and we can live together and I'll pay the rent. And I'm just like, presumptuous much?
Yeah.
You're very controlling, cow.
And then when he's like, basically no, she's begging him to stay like a whiny schoolgirl.
Oh, she tantied. Full on tantied. And then tried it on at the airport as well.
Yeah. And then they go home to their respective partners. Can I just say these two people are like the worst people in the world? I don't give a shit that your wife cheated on you with your best friend. You're still married. You're still together. You were still working it out.
And you're with a fairly decent guy who's got a fairly decent job. And you're just like, oh, I'll just cheat on him.
Yeah, these people are awful. And then she gets back to her boyfriend, starts a stupid fucking argument with him where she just sounds like a whiny bitch again. Yeah. And then Michael sends her flowers being like, you'll be my mistress after all, some shit like that. Like,
No, he was like, I'd be willing to do a connection through Ontario or Toronto or whatever it was, because like it was a metaphor.
yeah, but leave your partner and you can be my booty call when I'm crossing over states.
Exactly.
Was basically what I got from that. Anyway, that was shit. We'll have to roast or toast it. So what are you giving it?
It's a roast.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
I'm giving it 1,980 roasts
Really
for the
annoying.
year that fucking thing was made. Michael Douglas. Can I just say, Michael Douglas with the beard?
Yeah.
He's a bit of all right.
Mm.
However, this was not about the insatiable lust that we all have for Michael Douglas in a bit. 1,980 roast for the year that movie was made.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it a proper review.
Okay.
So if it wasn't for Michael Kirk Douglas, it would have gotten 5 roasts. But because of Michael Kirk Douglas, I'm going to give it 4.5 roasts. Because that was crap.
Michael Douglas, you are worth a half a roasted chicken and chips.
Yeah.
Love you, Michael Douglas.
So that's only because I hold him to a very high caliber of movie, and that was
because it's Michael Kirk Douglas.
Exactly. So the next movie, I did my research this time. The next movie was The Star Chamber, which was made in 1983, but I cannot find it anywhere. It's not to rent. I cannot find it anywhere. So the next one is Romancing the Stone, which I know you've already seen.
Yeah, but I love it.
I haven't actually seen it, I don't think.
Yep.
So that's on Disney. So we will be watching that, whether we review it next week or the week after, whatever works out. We always play it by ear. But yes, that will be the next one. And I think that's it.
Wow. We unpacked a lot and very little at the same time.
Yes. We hope we fulfilled and wasted your time.
Because that's our aim every time we do this podcast. It's like, how much of their time can we waste this week?
All right. Well,
so we just want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe on YouTube. Hit the little bell for notification. If you're listening to us on a podcast platform, please, if you would be so kind as to give us 5 stars and a nice little review, that would be great too. Just want to thank everybody who has been liking us on Insta. We're actually up to 35 subscribers now on the YouTubes.
Oh, fun.
But thank you, everybody, once again, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ba, 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 ba.